Herbal medicine and holistic health are gaining popularity as more and more people are becoming aware of ancient wisdom and learning about our own natural ability to heal. Today we are going to speak with an herbalist well known in the Phoenix community about her shop, her purpose, and how she's promoting the natural health movement. Her connection to the land and passion for sustainability has led her to become an activist for protecting indigenous land. So without further ado, let's meet Chloe together. Hi, this is Brooke with lordsofconsciousness.com. I am here with Chloe B., owner of Happy, Healthy, High, Horny Herb Shop in Tempe, Arizona. Chloe, nice to see you.
Hey, good to be here. Welcome to my Apothecary.
Yes, yes, Apothecary.
Yep.
Tell me more about that, because I thought it was an herb shop, so I'm not knowing the difference
Sure.
here.
So, yeah, people come in all the time just being like, what is this place? What herbs? What? You got ganja? You got, like, what kind of things? Do I need to have a card? Can my kid enter? You know, we get those questions all the time.
Sure.
So it's always a refreshment of what are we doing here? What is this place? And what it is, it's an apothecary. It's a place where people can come get natural healing, reconnect to their root, reconnect to plant medicine. It's a totally kid-friendly place. It's also a place where people can come and describe their ailments, and we can help them to the best that we can. And so I'd call it's under the umbrella of an apothecary. It's an herbal place where botanicals are sold, and also we collect wild harvested herbs, and we make a lot of the medicine here, a lot of our own blends, and everything's always organic and GMO free as well. So I guess you could call it an apothecary.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I picked up some of your product at a convention at Sweehaw just a couple months ago, and I met you for the first time, Clint and I got your yogini tea, which I love.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It tastes good, and my nails, I swear, are stronger. So
yes, the horsetail.
Horsetail.
Yes.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Cool.
And then I saw you again at the Gem and Jam Festival just a couple weeks ago, and I was really impressed by this like beautiful assortment of all your botanicals. It was right next to the temple, and you were just this radiant, just glowing with vitality. And I thought, gosh, I gotta talk to this lady again. So thank you for
Absolutely.
for having us here and sharing with us today.
I was so excited to see you at the Gem and Jam because I connected it. I was like, I know that I've met you before. Yes. I see a lot of beautiful faces, but I know when we met, you had an intention. You just had an intent behind meeting me. You were like, what do you do? You're so passionate, and it was beautiful to see you again. So I'm happy we're here now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then the purpose of this is we really want to know more about you and more about your journey, like what got you here today, since you are such a passionate person. We like to hear about people's passions and more about them. So please tell us.
So sweet. Yeah, so where do I start? It starts like way back in my lineage. I'm pretty positive that this path has been in the formula for a long time, but this shop and this apothecary and this mission started for me in 2011. Or actually really 2010. This shop was actually already built here under a different owner, and I walked in and I said, I'm going to work here. I'm going to be your manager. And the lady working, she was like, oh, we're not hiring, babe, sorry. And she was from Australia, and she was really, really groovy, awesome lady. And I was like, no, you need me to work here. Just trust me. Like this is my calling. And at the time, I was a full-time student at the Arizona School of Sustainability for Sustainable Ecosystems. And I had just come back from a semester exchange studying soil sciences in New Zealand. So my realm had switched from my original major was dance, choreography, and performance, which was awesome. I did that for 2 years, and then I switched into the earth sciences. And through that transition, and also through traveling to other countries to see how their food systems are and how their plant medicine systems are, I came home with a super deep-seated, fiery passion of just really educating people on where our food is coming from. Because I personally have been through a lot of chronic immune system issues, and everything from adrenal fatigue and chronic fatigue syndrome and things like that. And I'm only 26, and this was back when I was 21 and 20 years old and things. So I started to kind of dig deeper as to why am I feeling this way? Why are we sick? Why are so many people sick? Why is this epidemic of obesity and diabetes and anxiety, bipolarity, all this happening to us? And so I kind of dug down into the food system and how things are happening with factory farming and how that's all connected to polluting the earth. And all that comes really back to us having a severed root of plant medicine as our basis for healing, and also energetic medicine as our basis for healing. This pharmaceutical industry has really taken over in a monetarily driven way to blind us from the natural ways of healing. So there's it's pretty like full on as to like how I got into this, but I got typhoid fever when I was 20, and that destroyed my immune system even further. And so when I recovered from that, I came in here. That's when I demanded the job, because I was prescribed all these pharmaceuticals. We're like, oh, your head hurts? Oh, that's from the spinal tap, this procedure that we did. So here's this pill for that. Oh, that pill's making your skin yellow. Oh, here, take that for that. Oh, your liver's not functioning. Oh, here, take that for that. Oh, okay, so what did you have in the first place? Oh, it was typhoid. Right. Oh, that's a virus? Oh, no, take this for that. This kind of just ugly scene, totally ugly scene. So I had to kind of start from the basics, totally the basics, and rebuild my immune system in a healthy way. And that was a big wake-up call from my mother, who was an aromatherapist and from the 80s and the 90s, but she transitioned into becoming a psych nurse. And she was a Western medicine-based psych nurse, and she kind of abandoned the aromatherapy to do that. And when I got sick, she also had an awakening of back to the aromatherapy in the natural way as well. So I had a little bit of support in that way. When I started working here, my mom was like, I know a little bit about plants. And I was like, oh, yeah? Tell me more. Like, what do you know? And she goes, oh, well, there's, like, different perfumes you can make with plant medicines. And so she started telling me a little bit about it. And then as my degree transitioned into a Bachelor's of Science, and I finished that in 2012, I was already managing this place. And I did walk in as an employee and started managing it within 6 months. So I kind of got what I asked for in that way, and transitioned everything to be organic and GMO-free certified and things like that here in the shop. And the way you talk to customers is really important as well, because a lot of people don't know what they're looking at when you walk in. So it was a really positive transition the way I designed it here. But back to your question, though. Yeah, I got into this just because this shop was a catalyst for me to see what the pharmacy should look like. This is what I want to walk into. This is what I'm comfortable walking into. There's no fluorescent lights. There's no, not 19 syllable words for cold. It's just something natural. It's something basic. It's something down to the earth. And in 2012, they put this shop up for sale. And I didn't know if I wanted that responsibility, but seeing how much it's needed and how much of a regular clientele we had, I figured I would be able to succeed. And so I bought it in 2012, and 3.5 years later, I'm still rocking it and doing really well, and it's growing in a really good way. And I've launched my own business out of it too, so different branches of awesomeness are coming out of here too. So
Rainbow Bliss Botanicals, is that?
Yes.
Okay. And now is that,
yes.
Are those herbal formulations, aromatherapy, is it? What is that? What is it?
All of those.
All of those.
Yes.
Okay.
I started off with tinctures. So tinctures are alcohol extracts or glycerin extracts of plant medicines. Okay. I started off with all wild harvested herbs. So things that I was familiar with in the area, like chaparral or yerba santa from the mountains, or yerba mansa from out east. Different things that I was exposed to and experimented with. And then I started making cough syrups. And then from there I started making salves with different things, honeys and beeswax and cocoa butters and shea butters and things like that. From there, that's when the aromatherapy came in, when my mom got really curious about, she's like, what are you up to? What are you doing? I was like, I'm launching my own business. I have my Apothecary. It's sorted. It's all going well. I'm paying it off. But now I want to do something that I craft. So beyond a retail space, I want to do something that I fully believe in and support and craft and can celestially make with beautiful energy from, I guess you could call it biodynamic energy of using the stars and the moon and the sun to be a part of your craft. And so, so Rainbow Bliss Botanicals was birthed in 2013. And now later down the line, I have a whole bunch of cool things that I make, a whole selection. I have about 65 tinctures right now. Wow. And then 2 different syrups and 4 different salves. And then aromatherapy is still a branch between my mom and I. We're doing it under the name Rainbow Bliss Botanicals, but she does a lot of the formulation for aromatherapy because she's a pretty old school, traditional, solid aromatherapist. So she keeps it really real like that.
Nice.
No gimmicks, no trendy stuff. She just keeps it really therapeutic and real. So
I love it.
We're definitely crossing some mother-daughter bridges there with the aromatherapy, which has been really healing for us.
Keeping that wisdom in the family. That's beautiful. Well, thank you for doing that work. Sounds like quite the journey.
Yes, it has been, journey. For sure.
Oh, man. So would you say then that you are really living from a really passionate place? Do you feel like you're living your passion?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Absolutely. This is definitely a stepping stone and it's always going to be, this isn't the end goal. This isn't like the end all kind of to where I see my life going and where I see this movement going. Either we're having a major resurgence of plant medicine in our society.
Yeah.
I feel that way, and I manifest that way. I hope for that way.
Yeah.
And this is just the beginning for me personally. You know, I see down the line, I'm not exactly sure, you know, where I'll be in 5 years, but I know that this shop is going to stay here, continue helping people, continue being in the heart of ASU as a place where people can come to get safe alternatives to alcohol, safe alternatives to pharmaceuticals, safe aphrodisiacs, things like that, you know, that are important to connect people and create authentic human connection and things. But I definitely do see down the line Rainbow Bliss Botanicals becoming a bigger project. And I do vent different things with that, but I do see that eventually funding some land that I can sort of farm and grow all the botanicals and cultivate rare ethnobotanicals as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I know that a lot of people that might be watching this, you know, feel really similar, have very similar interests and passions. They have a tendency, and I know I do, to get kind of stuck, you know, manifesting their visions and their dreams. So I just would love to hear from you, like, what have been some of your obstacles and how have you like overcome them? You know, who has helped you or what has helped you? Because you obviously have taken some big leaps and you've done some pretty impressive things in this journey. So, but I'm assuming there's been some obstacles on the way. So
yes, for sure. Well, being an entrepreneur, it's really hard to delegate because I don't have like a business partner per se. I'm in Rainbow Bliss Botanicals and Happy Healthy High Horny Herbs as a sole owner, which is such a huge blessing, but it's also really taught me to delegate and not exhaust myself.
Sure.
For the first 2 years I was working here, I was working 60 hours a week. So it was a lot of work. Yeah. So learning how to delegate has really rebuilt my creative energy and also my patience. There would be so many days where person after person would come and be like, what's this stuff on the walls? And it's not because they don't want to know, it's just because we haven't been taught what herbs are. Sure. You know? Sure. Like, hey, do you snort this? Do you smoke this? What is this? You know, it's a constant education platform.
I bet.
And so my ability and my knowledge now of learning how to delegate has been a huge success for me, because now I have a full-time manager and 4 beautiful, awesome goddess employees who are totally rocking it, and also integrating this with their lives fully. You know, not my business per se, but this lifestyle. They're living that lifestyle. So I'm really blessed with having people come in here that are actually living it, that can be models and kind of set exampleship, if you will, of this kind of lifestyle.
You've attracted the right people, it sounds like.
Totally. We do have an employee turnover, but right now I'm really rocking it with some really solid employees. So this has been the most solid time in this experience in terms of employees and you know, having stability and confidence in the work that's happening here. So I'm really grateful for that. That's and beautiful. Any other obstacles is really just the education part of it. Okay. So it's kind of it's a huge thing for people to wake up to this. If somebody's coming off of something, say like a Xanax, or something, say like a Klonopin or a Subutex, which we get a lot of people in here coming off of things, asking for help, it opens up a lot for them. Some things that they've been suppressing for a long time, emotions, actual toxins, physiological things, but also psycho-spiritual things. Sure. So that is something that I would really I see really beneficial for us to be co-mingled with a healing center or a detox center, where we can help people directly help, you know, them detox from harmful things, because it's not necessarily our job to go into the therapeutic psychology kind of side of it, but it's inevitable when you're helping people and you become a regular healer for them. Even if they're just coming to the countertop to get medicines, you're that person that they can come to and dump things on, because that's our job. That's what we're here for. But there is a fine line when we have to be like, okay, gotta work, gotta do more things. But we are opening people up to things that they've been suppressing or don't even know exist, which can be a lot. You know, the fact that we all believe here that love is the motivating force. Love is huge. We're not acting from a place of ego or power when you step into this apothecary. We're acting out of a place of passion for reconnecting people with their roots, but also out of a place of love and belief that everybody is equal.
Oh, I love it.
And everybody deserves to be healthy and happy. So
I feel that when I walk in the door, by the way. I
Cool.
do that. I absolutely do.
Good.
So another question for you. So I've heard your vision. Oh, and I really love this idea of you connecting with a wellness center or a detox center. That's just beautiful. I really, what a great vision and intention. So what are your hopes for humanity? What are your hopes? Where do you see this growing into and hoping that you'll impact in the big picture?
That's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
The first thing that comes to my mind is ending systemic environmental racism and protecting sacred lands. And for our people that are in the power positions to understand that you cannot put a dollar amount on sacred lands and clean water. You cannot buy clean water. Like we do have limited resources, and you just really can't put a dollar amount on clean water. If we don't have clean water and clean soil, we don't have a future. Yeah. So, and that ties directly into herbalism too. Right. You know, sure, things can be certified organic and certified GMO free, but say you're farming, say my vision comes true and I get some land, and then next door a massive GMO operation comes or a mining operation comes and excavates the soil, you know, the earth underneath my farm. What do you do then? You know, and I guess that's a fear of mine that I face. But I mean, it's a big one, but it's very possible in the way that the TPP and the free exchange, all the different kind of free trade agreements going on throughout the world. It's a really scary time right now for a lot of sacred grounds, indigenous land rights, and also just our health of our future as well. So we have definitely passed the tipping points of a lot of environmental toxins and pollutants and things like that. So my vision for mankind is for us all to just get really down to earth and stop being so out of touch with what is real, what matters, what is authentic. And I think the biggest healing part of that and how people can heal their disconnection from the earth is authentic human connection, but also, you know, using earth medicines instead of like a lot of the dirty, poor things that we're fed, and also feeding themselves real. And as we feed ourselves real food from clean soil that we hopefully continue to have, we detoxify our minds and our bodies from lies that have been put in us in our society too. So my vision for that's really huge. It's making me feel some sort of way. I'd say my vision for mankind is just for us to get back down to earth. Yeah, because this is where we're from. You know, this is our planet and the only one that we have for our species, and millions of other species too. So, yeah, I feel like throughout my life I've been kind of operating in this. You have this me-centric, this self-centered kind of thought processes, which is only natural for humans to start off with because that's our survival. And then as you mature and as you choose to make more constructive decisions, you kind of get into this like kind of we area. You're like, okay, what's best for we? And then my vision is pulsing that outwards to where people think about for the sake of all creatures. How can we act for the sake of all creatures? So that's kind of where I'm at with my understanding right now.
Thank you. Thank you for that vision, and thank you for
this. Absolutely.
I join you in that vision. I want you to know I'm in
thank you.
Total alignment with that, and I know so many people that will watch this will also agree with that, and thank you for speaking it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your time and your interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Yay, girls!
Whew, you are